Good evening and welcome to FLC Spill the Tea, our podcast about all things choir related. Tonight we're joined by our musical director, Kev Jackson. He's our elite baton waver and our first guest on our podcast, so thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure.
Kev, I want to just have a bit of a chat tonight about your view from behind the podium. Obviously, as a member of the choir, I know what goes on our side. I'm more interested to get inside your head and figure out what goes on your side.
Not a lot.
Probably not. So, we have got some this or that questions for you.
Okay.
Bits and pieces for you to think about. We're going to start with the music, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
When it comes to picking songs for us, we've got a huge repertoire that we work through. And I know that you have to take lots into account in terms of various singing abilities. But if you had to pick emotional ballads or upbeat bangers?
Upbeat bangers for the choir, because that gets them moving.
Very much moving. I mean, we've had pretty much a dance party since Christmas.
Yeah, but the ballads are really good for harmonies.
Yeah.
Because you're holding on to a note for longer.
True.
So it's. But if I had to pick one from the two, I think it would be the bangers, just because they, you feel energised after you've done them.
Are they more fun for you to do that?
Yeah. If people keep time, yeah.
If people keep time, hence this foot stamping that never ends.
Indeed.
No, that's. I think for me, the upbeat bangers definitely get us all lifted and into the mood. But you are right, the harmonies on some of the slower ones are really quite beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have got a huge selection of rock, pop, songs from shows. Pop songs or musical theatre numbers?
That's a tricky one.
We haven't done a huge number of musical theatre ones, but...
No, we haven't. The older musical theatre, I think, a lot of them are better than the newer ones.
Okay, like what?
It feels a little bit like we're going into musicals overload at the moment.
Yeah, okay.
Just
in general?
In general. And, I've seen shows recently where you sort of think, this is not a musical because there's a story and then they've put songs to it.
Yeah.
It's, we've got the songs, let's shoehorn a story into it. And I don't like that.
Yeah, okay.
So I like the pop songs.
Yeah.
I like the pop stuff that we do. And there's some lovely arrangements. There's some really cool arrangements.
Yeah, I think some of them have surprised me because there have been bits that we've done where I thought, well, it's just a song as it is. It hadn't occurred to me that it would be arranged so that you end up with those really lovely harmonies in there.
Yeah.
Have you got a favourite pop song that we do?
At the moment, I like A Little Respect.
It's starting to sound really good. I love that song anyway, so for me that was always going to be one that I knew I'd love, but it is starting to sound great.
Yeah, it does sound really good already. We've not even learnt all of it.
No.
But it does sound good, and those sort of harmonies that you, like you say, you don't hear when you're listening to it as a pop song, but then as a choral arrangement, you sort of go, "Ooh, that's quite nice."
Yeah, they are lovely, and I think the choir's enjoying that one as well.
Yeah,
certainly everyone seems like they're up for a bit of a jig around, and I think the fact that there was an impromptu breakout of that very song during tea break last week would suggest that maybe that is the case. So good stuff. Like I said, it's probably hard to pitch exactly the right complexity of arrangement for us because we have got a variety of people, right from sort of well-seasoned singers to people who just like a bit of a sing-along in the car. If you had to say easy crowd pleasers or challenging showstoppers, what would you think?
I think you have to do a mix of the two. I think easy crowd pleasers are great.
Yeah.
Because you can learn more of them. But then some of the great songs are quite complex.
Yeah.
So you end up, you almost want to increase the knowledge of the choir so that you can do those more challenging pieces.
Yeah, I suppose it's a fine balance, isn't it? Because if you go too hard all the time, people are just going to switch off.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
I think sometimes there is something about doing the harder stuff, though, that when we get it right, everybody feels that sort of sense of achievement and a sense
like
of
Wicked.
satisfaction. Yeah.
Wicked was a case in point. Everybody, or a lot of people, were very sort of, you know, oh, we're never going to get it, we're never going to do it, and then all of a sudden they can do it.
Yeah, I think with Wicked, it's just because for people who didn't already know the music, it was quite a chunky old medley.
Yeah.
So, you know, and the speed in it and the wordiness of it perhaps made that a bit challenging. But like you say, now it's one that people are asking for, including last week. And you're like, no, not today.
No, I can't do it every week. It's, yeah.
Speaking of things we can't do every week.
Yeah.
I think we know where we're going. For those of you who aren't in the FLC, we have sung Jar of Hearts for quite some time now, and it is a bit of a quiet favourite. We have some lovely soloists at the beginning of that song. Jar of Hearts every week or never ever again?
Never ever again.
I do not know how you can say that after your face when we hit it last week. I honestly thought that would have changed your answer.
Jar of Hearts. Now bear in mind that I've been doing Jar of Hearts for essentially like 10 years.
Yeah, I sort of forgot that it would probably predate us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and it's great, but we've hit a plateau with Jar of Hearts.
Yeah.
Right? I could break it down and go really, and basically say, no, I want this like this and this like this and this like this. People don't sing it like that. They just sing it how they want to sing it.
Just sing whatever they want to sing. Do you think we've done it to death?
I think we've done it to death. But last week, two of the ladies sat there and basically said, Kev, can we please do Jar of Hearts tonight? We haven't done it for ages.
What, all 2 weeks since we last did it? Do you think, though, that's because there is an element of, if we end the night on that, we know we're going to nail it?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Yeah. But we've got a number of songs that we can nail.
I mean, I'm quite sad because I do love it. But ladies, you did hear it here first. Jar of Hearts, it's on its way out.
Well, it'll appear in a concert.
But it's not going to be your
It's
go-to.
not going to be an every week song that we do. Oh, Lord, no.
Okay, well, sad times, but we are where we are. Can we chat a little bit about performance? I'm thinking probably more the choir's performance, but you can be more general. Would you prefer technical excellence or just all the emotion from your singers?
All the emotion. Not bothered about technical excellence.
Or not?
No. We are not entering any competitions. I had an email last week basically saying, enter this competition. You know, please come and enter this locally. Come and enter this competition. We want more choirs to enter.
You've always said, though, that we wouldn't do that. Is
No
there
way.
a reason for that?
Yeah. I've been in competitions
Okay.
with various choirs. And the adjudicators in these competitions are brutal.
Oh, okay.
They're not nice. They're not nice. They'll it's the what's the phrase? I want to say that it's the shit sandwich.
Okay.
Right. It's that was very nice, ladies, but
Yeah. A bit spirit crushing.
right, and they will point out individuals and talk about individuals.
Yeah, I don't think that's what we want to be doing.
No.
No, I think that might actually just kill the vibe altogether.
So that's why not technical excellence, right? I want people to, you know, if we do a concert, I want them to go and I want them to enthuse about the songs that they're singing.
Is there anything that you think that we do really well from an emotional delivery point of view?
I think we do Creep and Nothing Else Matters very well. Mm-hmm. I think we will do Sound of Silence very well.
Yeah.
So there's those sort of songs that are, that they are slow enough that you can effect change within the song, because people don't very often look up.
It's because everyone's trying really hard to follow where we're headed.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, but these are not new songs.
Do people still not look up for songs that they know well?
No, they don't look up. No. Even people that have been there since day one.
Maybe they're just concerned about what they're going to see if they do look up. Just that look of displeasure.
Maybe.
It's not there very often, to be fair.
No, it's not.
Would you rather have one pitch-perfect diva or a bunch of enthusiastic queens of chaos?
I think enthusiastic queens of chaos.
Because?
Because you're all going to be there or thereabouts. Mm-hmm. Right? You might not do the soaring over some of the notes. But it's a bit like Dinah Ross and the Supremes. Right.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? I don't want a Dinah Ross and the Supremes.
Yeah. No, you want a whole choir.
I want a whole choir.
Yeah.
And if you have a diva that is head and shoulders above everybody else, then people are only looking at that one person.
Yeah. I mean, we do have some serious talent within the choir.
Yeah, we've got a lot of talent.
I don't think we've got divas. I think they are singing for the good of the group.
There's no Mariah Carey.
No, there is no Mariah Carey. But I think that's a good thing. Well, that's good. So we'll just carry on being chaotic and just very, very excitable.
That's part of the fun, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I think it is. And I think if that was taken away, we wouldn't be who we were.
No.
I think it would be a bit of a damp squid, if I'm honest.
I know other choirs that are far, far more serious than us and far more technical than us.
But do they have the same fun as us?
But I don't think they have the same amount of laugh.
No, exactly.
They don't laugh like we do.
I'm not sure anyone laughs like we do.
Well, no, I don't think they do.
We're a very funny group of people. Now, I think for us, we want to get it right, but we want to have fun along the way.
Yeah.
And if we're in that position where it's good to have people around you who help you to raise your game.
Yeah.
And who you can kind of match to.
Yeah. And that's quite interesting that there's only around about 50% of the people that are in the choir that can read music.
Is that all?
That's all.
I honestly thought I was a bit of a minority there.
No, not at all. Only around 50%. And the 50% that can't read music are okay because they're either near to somebody that can read the music, or they are near to somebody that picks up on the way that we teach.
Yeah.
Which, as you know, is part by part, line by line. And
I think for a non-music reader, that's really, really helpful.
Yeah.
Because if somebody just gave me the music and said, you need to go away and learn this, I don't know where I'd start.
No.
This is about what's annoying. I'm sure there's lots of things that are a little bit annoying. But we have two songs that we've already mentioned tonight. One is Radiohead's Creep, and one is our Wicked medley. What's more annoying? When people sing over the whispered part in Creep, or when they miss the fast gravity in Wicked?
Fast gravity in Wicked.
I knew you were going to say that, because that's a global problem.
Right, fast gravity in Wicked dictates the next line.
Yeah. Yeah, so when we don't get that, it knocks everything out.
It knocks everything out, and it's right at the end of the song.
Yeah.
So the end of the song suddenly goes all chaotic. But within Creep, with the whisper in Creep, if they sing it,
It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter
No.
because it's still in time.
I'm pretty sure that actually you've created the problem there because you made that such a creepy thing at the beginning with that whisper.
I did, yeah.
And I don't think anyone can really get past it. But with the gravity, occasionally I just glance up and I can see your face as it's coming, and it's just you willing it, absolutely willing it to keep going and for us to hit it.
I've almost given up trying to will it now because I can shout at you and say, the quick one's coming up. Makes no difference.
Well, you're not going to do that in a concert either.
No, I can't do that in a concert. But, I'm just trying to drum it into people, but they don't get it.
I think it's a muscle memory problem. If people have not got it, we've been doing it so long with them not getting it that
it's written on the music.
Well, nearly everyone I see.
Everybody's written
slow.
it on. But
in fact, not. Maybe that's my problem. Slow. Maybe it should have said quick.
Yeah.
During rehearsals, I mean, we are a chatty bunch for sure. And everyone's always very, very pleased to see each other.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of chat to happen. Would you rather have rigid order or organised chaos?
Again, organised chaos. This is a social thing, right? When you look at the type of people that we have that come to choir, we've got a number of different types. We've got professional ladies who basically are looking for a Wednesday night just doing something very different to what they normally do. You've got mums who basically, of children of varying ages, who basically Wednesday night is their night.
Yeah, massively so.
And, it's their night where they basically say to their partners, you need to be home on time.
Yep, the kids are all yours, I'm out.
The kids are all yours, I'm going out. You can watch football or do whatever you want to do on that Wednesday night, but I'm out.
Yeah.
So we get the professionals, we get the mums, we get the pensioners.
I'm sure they'll be loving hearing you call them that.
But we get the ladies who've finished work.
Our more mature ladies.
Yeah, whatever you want to call them, they're all the pensioners, right? But we get pensioners who basically, this might be one of the 2 or 3 times a week that they go out of the house. I mean, to be honest, there aren't many of them because most of our lot are a mad bunch and they're doing all sorts of things.
I was thinking that. As you said that, I was thinking, I cannot think of one person in that room.
There are 1 or 2.
Really?
Yeah, there are, yeah. So, so we've got those sort of ladies. So we have a big cross-section. So if they came and sat down and didn't speak...
Yeah.
And then... they sang and they went home, that's not a fun night out.
It would be a real missed opportunity as well, because I think one of the nicest things is that ordinarily those individuals perhaps wouldn't meet, but those groups of people wouldn't necessarily interact.
No, they wouldn't.
And I absolutely love coming and having a chat with Leslie and Judy and Anna and, people that I wouldn't necessarily see day to day and I don't sit with during choir, so otherwise I wouldn't have a chance to chat to them at all. So it doesn't drive you mad that there is a little bit of chaos and we are hard to call to order.
It drives me a little bit mad at the beginning.
Yeah.
Right, because sometimes we don't start singing till 20 to 8. And I'm chomping at the bit by then.
Yeah, quite visibly.
Well,
sometimes you're literally jumping up and down by the podium, ready to go.
Yeah, but I'm chomping at the bit because I'm very conscious that people are paying to come and do this.
Yeah.
They're paying for 2 hours of singing. Right? And they don't get that if we have another 10 minutes of chat, so we don't start singing until 20 to 8. Then we sing for 45 minutes or 40 minutes until about 20 past 8, where we have a tea break.
For 20 minutes?
For 20 minutes. So they, and so it sort of eats into that time. We're not the fastest at learning songs.
No, probably not.
Just because of the nature of the choir, which is fine. But I want to maximise the amount of time.
Yeah, and get the singing time in.
Yeah. So
maybe everyone just needs to rock up 10 minutes earlier so that we can have that little chat.
I'd love that. I'd love if they arrived at 7:20 so that we could start singing at 7:30.
Put it out there.
So,
let people
I might
know.
do, yeah. I might do. For fear of, they might beat me up.
Probably. There'll be a petition.
There will be.
Suddenly we'll
Usually is.
we won't be starting until 7:45 because everyone will vote to have a chat. I mean, we've talked a little bit about the speed at which we learn, and obviously some things do take a little bit longer. And I'm assuming that actually, if you had to choose between huge progress and quick progress, or the fun and the banter, you would probably go fun.
Again, it's a balance, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to stagnate.
No, you've got to show an amount of progress, but you've also equally got to have an amount of fun.
I think sometimes it feels like we're not getting very far, and then you realise that actually that's not been the case, because it tends to come together quite quickly at the end.
Yeah.
Bar the odd one or two notes, but
that comes back to picking the music again, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because when I'm picking the music, when I'm sort of looking at and listening to various pieces, I'm thinking, oh, that's repeated.
Yeah. So you don't have to be labouring over that.
There's not. You don't. No, I mean, you might have to go over it once, but you don't have to labour too much over it, because you've done all the labouring in the first time you do it.
Yeah. The only time that catches you out is when there's one slight change.
Yeah.
But on the whole, I think, yeah. What would you rather be faced with in your choir? Lots of smiles and giggles, or very serious concentration? And it's an either or. You can't have both.
Okay, I'm going to go with smiles and giggles.
Interesting.
I'm not going to go with great concentration.
I'm sure you would wish for us to concentrate a little bit more.
I would like an amount of concentration, but I quite like the fact this choir is a very fun, community based thing. It's not all about. I mean, it is about the singing, but it's not just about the singing. It's about the friendships and the fun and the new friends and the support network,
which is huge,
which is massive in our choir.
It really is, and that's the one unexpected thing. I thought I would go and sing. It didn't occur to me that I'd suddenly have 30 odd friends.
Yeah.
Who, if you don't turn up, are knocking on the door to find out if you're all right, and they're concerned, and it's lovely. I mean, who wouldn't want that in their lives, really?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Do you very often look up and find that you either get lots of smiles or lots of confusion?
Oh, yeah.
I'd imagine there's confusion there quite regularly.
There's confusion quite a lot, yeah. And that worries me sometimes. Right, some ladies, if they look like they've been concentrating, or they look concerned all night, I worry about that.
Yeah.
Because I think to myself, they've not had a good time tonight.
And they're probably worrying about it, thinking, I don't know why I didn't get that.
Maybe so. But, I want them to go away from choir and sort of get home and say to the, other halves, that was great fun tonight. I don't want them to go home and go, that was hard, I didn't like it.
And I think, we've got a choir WhatsApp group chat, and it always buzzes after a rehearsal on Wednesday, and there's always someone saying what a great time they've had. And I think people do generally have a really, really good time. I think, I love it every week, but there are still nights when I go home and I'm puzzling to myself over why something that looks like it should have been so easy for me to get just doesn't go in. And I think that's just the nature of the beast. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
And then there are bits that I think we surprise you on, where we pick it up more quickly.
Yeah. Difficult bits.
Yeah. Difficult harmonies, and it just straight away.
It's really strange, isn't it? Because when I look at a piece of music and I've got the sheet music in front of me, I can sort of see where I think the difficult bits are going to be, you know, and I try and make sure that I know what's happening in those difficult bits, in all three parts, so that I can sort of, I know what it should sound like.
Yeah.
And so I look at a piece of music and sort of go, okay, in this line, those two bars are going to be difficult, and then the first two bars you end up really struggling with, and I'm thinking, these second two bars are going to be a killer.
Yeah, there was something.
And then they're not.
There was something like that the other week. I can't remember if it was in Girls Just Want to Dance or if it was in Don't Stop Me Now, but you actually looked like you were going to rip your hair out, and you said, it didn't occur to me that this would be the hard part.
Yeah.
And I could see that you'd done literally everything that you knew how to do to make that happen.
Oh, I have many. I do sit there and think, what else can I do?
What can I do to these women?
What can I do? But we have had a few situations where we've just spoken it through.
Yeah.
And we've spoken it through, and we go quicker and quicker and quicker. To the point where you're singing it.
Yeah. Sometimes, I'll be honest, sometimes for me that blows my mind, because I find it harder to break the words into notes. But what I do like is when you sing it on a loop.
Yeah.
And it just goes and goes and goes.
Yeah.
So that before you know what you're doing, you're not even thinking about it. Yeah.
Quicker.
Yeah, it's just that first time round, and I'm like, oh, no. But as soon as it starts to pick up the pace, I think, yeah, it kicks in and it's great. We are coming to the end of our this and that. So we'll think about finishing rehearsals.
What, forever?
Probably not forever. I mean, I'm pretty sure I don't want to finish rehearsals forever.
Okay.
So, last question for you. Would you rather finish rehearsals correcting an error or go out on a high? So I guess not necessarily just an error, but would you rather get to the end of something we've been learning, or do you want to give the people what they want and a bit more jar hearts?
I do find this really frustrating some weeks, because we might only have half a page to learn. But the endings are always different.
Yes.
To what we've been doing up to that point, a lot of the time. So to do an ending might take us 10 or 15 minutes, probably 10 minutes. Whereas I can stop and you can sing something else for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I really want to finish that song and then I want to sing it all the way through.
We'll be there till midnight.
And this is why it frustrates me that we don't start singing till 20 to 8.
Because we still owe you 10 more minutes.
Because you owe me 10 minutes. But you know what I mean? In those situations, I'm sitting there going, if we'd have started singing at 7:30, then it would only now be 10 past 9 and not 20 past 9.
Yeah. But also, there is something to be said for leaving on something that everybody loves, and that we can nail it, so that
and they do like that, and I like that as well.
Just
not
when we put in the request for the songs you don't want to hear.
No, but yeah.
There's some that we haven't done for a while. Maybe you should just reintroduce some of those.
But then they basically go, I don't want to do that. I want to do fight. I want to do.
And also, they'd probably be on their ass by now, because we've not done them in ages.
And we've got a lot of new ladies.
Yeah, that's true.
Who won't have done Fight Song and This Is Me.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I didn't learn This Is Me. I still don't know what I'm singing there. Well, I just make it up as I'm going along.
That's all right. That's fine.
Well, yeah, I mean, for me, I think always ending on a high is a good thing. And it's a really nice way to break the week up. Wednesday, I guess, just happened by mistake. But it is quite a happy thing.
It didn't happen by mistake. I wanted a Wednesday.
Well, then you chose well.
Because I think Wednesday is, it can be hump day where you sort of go, oof, Wednesday's over. Or you can you can have it as a bit of I've got quiet, and then it's and then it's all downhill to the weekend.
Yeah, and actually, you know, when I was rehashing the website recently, I asked people to tell me just a couple of bits that they enjoyed about choir, and quite a few people said Wednesday's my best day of the week. So you have transformed Wednesday from miserable hump day to something that everyone looks forward to, and I think that's only a good thing.
Very few other events happen on a Wednesday as well.
Oh, well, who knew?
Yeah, it just is.
Fair enough.
Wednesday's a good night.
Yeah, well, Wednesday is now a good night, and I think we all love it. So thank you so much for joining us tonight and for sitting through the interrogation. We went easy. There'll be more. He'll be back for more, and we'll maybe scrape the surface a little bit harder. But for now, thank you very much, and join us again next time on FLC Spill the Tea.